All right, we are live.
Yeah. Probably would have turned this on.
Appreciate everybody that's coming to join in. We're about to get started. This is an interactive show too, so of course y'all can ask questions to our guest and make sure y'all share it to y'all timeline too, so the other people can see. And because I'm sure there's a lot of useful information they're gonna have in here. It's gonna be very entertaining. Might make you laugh. Might even make you cry. I'm not sure, but we're gonna make sure that we pull the power that is with you. It's within you and everybody. So I'm so excited here. Let's see. Share to a page. All right, so let's go ahead and get it.
Welcome to the Power Level Podcast, a psychological podcast with a cultural twist. Subscribe now and join me, your host, Malvin 9000, every Monday as we dive deep into the nature of power itself, the power of love, friendships, sex, money, anxiety, the truth, the lies, and everything in between. Let me, along with special guests, help you tap into the power of your mind.
Welcome to the Power Level Podcast. Again, I am your host, Malvin 9000, and we have two very special guests. I might even just say one because they're such a team. They're just so attached. We have the Walters in the building. How are y'all doing today?
Man, we're doing great. We are doing great.
And I appreciate y'all doing it. I thank y'all for. I know y'all excited and ready to share y'all story. Again, everybody that's watching, make sure y'all share y'all timeline. And this is an interactive show, so I will be able to read your comments and post them, and the guests will be able to see. So, man, I know one of the main bulks of y'all story is we're going to talk about y'all debt story and how y'all were able to overcome and use y'all power within a marriage to get out of debt. But I just kind of want to start off light first and I want to hear the backstory. I want to hear, how did everything happen? Now, I grew up with Michael. I've known him for such a long time. And Michael, I always know that he always was waiting for the right one, for sure. So I know for sure this young lady right here is very special. I know that for sure. But I want to know, how did everything come together?
Well,
college, right?
Yeah, we were both in college. We met in college at Northwestern State University.
Yeah, Natchitoches.
In Natchitoches, Louisiana, okay. Small little town. And I was a freshman, and he was a sophomore. And my whole freshman year, I didn't see Michael.
I didn't see her either.
The whole year, but the next
I would have remembered.
Yeah, it's crazy because we would be in the same building because we were both in music. I was on a scholarship, but that wasn't my
that was my major.
That was his major. It wasn't my major. My major was elementary education, but I happened to be working in the music building, and we did not meet that whole year. I guess it wasn't time.
That's crazy, man.
So
timing is everything.
Yeah, my sophomore year, his junior year is when we actually met in the media lab, computer lab that I was working in, and I actually wasn't working that day. I was just working on a paper. Because I had a class downstairs. And so I just came upstairs and I said, I'm going to type paper. And in walks Michael Walter.
Wow.
And he sat, how most people, they'll skip a seat and then sit in the next seat. This was me.
I know that because I went to Northwestern, so I know how the computer lab thing kind of goes.
Yeah.
You have your little space.
Right. So, but he sat right next to me.
Hey, man, she was pretty, man.
And he just started, how Michael is, just very conversational, very outgoing. And so he just kind of started a conversation with me, and I was like, okay. And I knew right off the bat that he loved God, and that, and he started asking me where I was from and stuff like that. Okay. So that's how we met. But there's something really crazy that happened that day. He had gone to the printer to grab some of his papers that were printing
We're
out.
gonna put this in the book too, where we write.
Oh wow! Okay.
And the craziest thing, I looked in his direction as he was walking back, and I was like, Lord, I said, is that my husband? I was like, man.
That's crazy.
Wow.
I was like, that thought came out of nowhere. And I think that now that was just, you know, my God saying like, hey, that's him, you know.
God give you that nudge. So did you feel it was something different about him already?
Yeah. Well, I knew it. He was a really nice guy. His genuineness just was apparent, just, you know, right off the bat. So
she was a really nice, pretty young lady. She was special.
And that's how we met. We dated for 1.5 years. We weren't, sorry.
We didn't.
We were friends for a year and a half. No romantic relations or anything like that. Just friends for 1.5 years.
But what's crazy is people, they thought we were dating.
Yeah.
That's how people treated us. Like, and we were literally just friends, like not going, we were really amongst each other and our friends, like my friends. So but I guess it was just, as I guess they say in church, is on us all over you. I guess it was just on us, you know.
So even during that 1.5 years, y'all wasn't trying to cultivate some type of foundation, or was y'all doing it unknowingly?
Yeah.
You know what? Unknowingly. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'll never forget. We were sitting in the cat. You already know. You already know. We were sitting in there, and we used to go eat, you know, together. And I always make the joke that it's because she ain't have any friends. She didn't have friends, but she's very, as y'all probably can tell, but she's very like kind of reserved, like shy, but she will talk and, you know, say what she needs to say. She knows how to, you know, get her point across. Very intelligent with her words. But we would sit down, man.
You're great. I love how you clean that up too. I love how you brought that back. You brought that back. You made sure. You're a great husband.
I know what to do.
Keep going. I like that.
All right. So we would sit down and talk, and I just remember thinking, like, man, she's different. Like, she's special. Like, I was like, man, whoever your husband is, like, I know he's just gonna be like top notch. Like, you know, because clearly she wasn't interested in me like that. So it was like, okay, but I was like, I can't wait to meet your husband, whoever he's gonna be, you know, he's gonna be something, I guess. Only to find out it was me, you know, the whole time, you know. And I remember when she first said, because again, like I told you, people already thought we were dating even though we weren't. But when she got to a place where she was comfortable with us, quote unquote, dating or making it official, I remember my words to her. I said, for some reason, now I know why, but I said, for some reason, our relationship got built on the right stuff. It's like, I just can't explain. We didn't, like, if we would have tried to do it, it wouldn't have worked as the way it is worked out for us, man. The way we flow together. We're both chill, low-key people, man. I'm blessed. I'm really blessed to have her in my life, man.
Well, it sounds perfect. Like, it just really is pretty much mashed together. Now, was this y'all both first serious relationship?
Yeah.
I would say so. Well, you know, of course, Melvin has known me all my life, so he knows, like, you know, we had those church girlfriends.
Oh, yeah.
But that wasn't like, you know, serious. But when you're talking about being mature and getting into a relationship, yeah, I would definitely say, but hands down, my wife is my first serious relationship where it's like, hey, we're gonna, you know, see this all the way through. Like, because to me, I didn't want to be one of those guys that I'm about to go date all these females, you know, like I'm dating to get married. Like, the person that I remember saying to myself, the next person that I'm going to date or be with is going to be my wife.
Wow.
I'm not about to go through this cycle. For me, I was just like, I'm not doing it. Yeah. And God graced me to find my rib, my one. So.
Man, and it just seems like, you know, everything just kind of meshed together too. So whenever y'all did, finally, like, what was the day where you felt like, because I don't know, what was the proposal story actually? Did y'all do a special proposal?
Yes, he proposed to me at church, of course.
That's probably not a shock to anybody, but you know me.
He said that was always his.
I'm a church boy, man.
His dream was to propose to me at church, and so that's where he did it. I was clueless. I was totally oblivious to it until it was actually happening.
And I actually did it New Year's.
He did a good job because I'm really hard to trick. You know, like I'm really aware. So he did a good job.
New Year's 2016 going into January 2017. And it was perfect, and she didn't know it, but you know, my family, my parents were in town, my sister was in town.
Wow.
And I was just like, oh yeah, we're all just gonna bring in the new year together.
Got me.
Had no idea.
I know
I'm about to drop that ring.
Already ready to do it.
Yeah.
Man, that is awesome. That is awesome. So a couple people checked in. Kimberly Sykes Sanders, she said yes, she loves y'all.
Hey Kim.
Johnny Puckett said, hey, what's going on?
What's going on?
Oh, she said, oh, she loves y'all story already.
Oh, hey.
And y'all definitely, I was fortunate enough to be able to make your wedding. It was a beautiful wedding. I remember Michael actually did a tribute to it song. That was great. Like, y'all look amazing together.
Wow. Oh, wow. I love it. Wow. 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Wow. Hey, her poem though. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
This girl can write.
Yeah.
I almost cried.
You did cry.
No,
I almost cried.
Tears. I ain't gonna lie to you. I seen them tears come down. So after the tears, after everything came together, Denise also said anointed couple. You know, after y'all were ready. So what struggles did y'all have initially being newly-wed married couples?
Well,
just really, man, moving in together, living together. When both people have been single
and
selfish, and then you gotta come and like merge those two lives together.
Yeah, that was the toughest thing.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, wait a minute, I'm used to doing this.
That's when reality sets in.
I'm not used to having to check in or used to having to apologize. You know, I'm just do my own thing.
Right. You literally live in your, hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you want to remain selfish, don't get married. Because marriage is going to demand that selfishness to come out of you, and you're gonna have to become selfless. Like, it's gonna demand that from you. You will not have a healthy marriage being selfish. You will not.
Yeah, and one of my issues was saying sorry, because I grew up in a house that we just didn't apologize. You know, like, you know, maybe a few hours of silence and then everything's back to normal. But, you know, apologizing, what's that? So, you know, that's something that
perception of it, like did it was supposed to be like perceived weak? Or why wasn't sorry?
I think it's just angry people, just nobody wanted to say I'm sorry.
Pride.
You know. And so I brought that into our marriage without even knowing it, you know.
And nothing gets resolved.
Yeah.
That way, you know.
So that was a big challenge for me. And I still am challenged by that sometimes.
We're still working through it.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, the reality is
that's real. You still work through it. Like,
no marriage is perfect, man. I believe that we're perfect for each other, but no marriage is perfect, man. I mean, we all learning and growing, like you said, still to this day, and we forever will be. I mean, Lord, when we have kids, that's gonna be a whole nother adjustment, you know, a whole nother life change.
I see you speaking it. You speaking it right now. Like, I can see it's coming.
You know, I know it's coming. I know it's coming in the future. We don't know when, but we do know that it. You know, kids will be coming, and so, you know, Lord willing, we want to keep making sure that we remain friends and that we are being kind to one another and enjoying each other, man, you know, because the thing is, our relationship started off as friends.
Right.
You know, I think that is really a key ingredient to a great marriage, is to have a great friendship.
Facts. That's very true.
Have a great friendship, man, you know.
That's where the foundation starts, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, man.
I do like that. It does definitely seem like y'all have fun together. And I definitely noticed that y'all like to worship together. So that's another great thing.
Oh yeah.
You're more than enough for me. You're more than enough, Lord, yeah. For Jesus, you're all I need.
And from the comments here, Pretty Boy Rocky said, "Oh, that's amazing! Congratulations, and many more years to come."
Thank you.
Also, Yanichi said, "That's definitely right," and he said, "Amen to that for sure." Neferteria, she says, "Do you have mentors who pour into regarding marriage?" That's a good question. So, do y'all have any marriage mentors?
Us?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we actually started going to a marriage conference.
Okay.
And we've been going every year. And we actually
before we
got married, we went to the EXO marriage conference in Dallas every year. It's in February.
It's a great marriage conference with Pastor Jimmy Evans. Mm-hmm. But what happened is a couple from our church invited us. We weren't even engaged. And I was ignorant. And so when she asked us, I was like, marriage conference? We're not married. What are we going to a marriage conference? But you know what I realized? I quickly ate those words when we got there and realized, wait a minute. You don't wait till something is broken to fix it. See, it's like a lot of times in our lives, man, it's like a house that is burning down, or a car, with maintenance, even an oil change or whatever the case may be. We wait until things are like almost hopeless to try to go and do something about it, when we could actually do preventive maintenance. Meaning, if we can maintain and we can put tools and strategies and things in place so we can maintain a good health and a good marriage. You know what I'm saying? Versus waiting till we getting ready to sign the papers.
Now we need counseling.
Right, now we need counseling.
Now y'all gotta work.
And now you need a marriage. And really, it really, man, should be a way of life. I think that's what we gotta, as becomes a way of life, man, and not just a period of life.
Yeah, what's funny is about our third year going to the marriage conference, Michael's mom was like, "Y'all went to the marriage conference again?" Like, his dad was like, "What's wrong? There's nothing wrong with y'all's marriage." Like, it didn't have to be anything wrong.
But you got to switch your mindset, because a lot of times, like I said, people don't go to those things until something is wrong. But you got to realize you can have a good marriage, a great marriage, and still go get help. Because guess what the truth is, Melvin? We can all get better. I think that's
a great way to look at it. Like, you want to still keep everything's going great, but you want to still keep fine tuning things. It's kind of like when I tell people, when I talk to them at work, I say, yes, everything is going well, but you want to be able to equip yourself to have things in the tool belt. So when things do get bad, you're already ready to step into action. That's why they have different trainings and different things like that. So that is real good. There's a couple of different questions right here. Indeed, she said it is. She says, "I agree about friendship first." Rashana Beard, shout out to her too. We miss you. And I think she said she said she loves us too. By the way, she said she loves all three of y'all. She said she's so proud of our growth and all respect. But one of her questions she asked is for married couples, is there any books that y'all study or that y'all recommend?
We went through marriage counseling with our pastors, and they gave us a booklet. I can't remember the name of it.
I can't.
But I do know one thing that we do regularly is on the Bible app. They have tons of
marriage devotionals. Definitely check. I'll say a good book to read. I just read David and Tamela Mann's "Us Against the World." That's a really great read. Okay. Their story, they have a really awesome, powerful story. I think, read that. There's so many resources out there. But for us, like I said, the biggest thing that helped us is going to these conferences.
And Jimmy Evans.
Anything Jimmy Evans.
Marriage Today is his.
Anything, go look him up. He's been in this for 20, 30 years, man. God's given him this burden, this passion for marriages, man. And it's literally changing marriages all around the world.
Wow, that's awesome. So y'all check out Jimmy Evans. Y'all also check out Us Against the World by Tamela Mann. But one big thing too, so y'all came together and, of course, y'all had to can't be selfish anymore. You had to let a lot of other things go. But I want to get to the nitty gritty about y'all's story. So of course y'all came together, but maybe y'all inherited also debt, right? So y'all biggest success story happened just recently that y'all were able to overcome debt, and not just any debt. I want to make sure I get this amount right here for everybody that's listening. $57,000 and $706.74 worth of debt. So everybody wants to know, and I know that y'all been doing different lives about this. I know y'all been doing different seminars and different things like that. So break down, when y'all realized y'all were in this much debt, how did y'all start from plan one, coming up with this plan of getting out of it?
Well, it started before we got married, actually. Michael, actually, I came into the relationship with no debt.
She had none, man.
And,
oh, wow. Okay.
I was blessed. My family, my parents were able to pay for my sister and I's college.
Walked her through college.
And so, and mostly Michael's debt was student loans and car.
And a car,
loan. And so, he approached me about this program by Dave Ramsey called Financial Peace University.
I had listened to him, learned about him a little bit in college, and started listening to his podcast and stuff like that.
You were tired of it already, but you went through it.
Hey,
I have Dave Ramsey too, so okay.
Hey, man.
Yeah,
but you did the work.
Like,
I said, but you definitely did the work. So
yeah.
Oh yeah. I want it out. I mean, if this is possible, we need to do this.
Wow.
Yes. So he told me about the program, and I was like, all right, let's do it. And so we actually went through the program twice. We did it before we got married and after we got married as a refresher. And as soon as we put our finances together, it was about a month into the marriage when we actually started putting money towards all of our debt.
Yeah. And we weren't perfect.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. There were definitely heated times of fellowship.
Yeah, our first budget meeting was not good
at all.
I mean, because that is pretty bad to a month. Because I know they do say that is one of the biggest problems too. Of course, when you get married too, it's just how to handle finances. So y'all y'all came in it together as far as we're just gonna follow Dave Ramsey and we're gonna see, how to do it. Like, how did y'all even have a financial plan even before that?
No,
or how?
Not before Dave Ramsey.
Okay.
I think that's a great foundation.
It was.
It really, for us, man, that was the best, because you're talking about knowing maybe what some people know, and some people might know a little bit more than we know, but we're talking, we're young people, so we don't know a whole lot about money and how things work. Like budget, that word was never used in my house. So I'm like, this is all new and foreign to me. But man,
these are great.
I don't regret it at all, man. That's we recommend that to anybody. Financial Peace University. I mean, because it gives you the basics that you need to get going, especially financial literacy. Absolutely.
And so we just hit the ground running. I mean, and it wasn't overnight.
It definitely
took us 32 months, which was about 2.5 years of just throwing money.
And it got tiring. It got trying because it was like there were other things that we wanted to do. And I know
my next question. What did y'all have to cut back?
So I know one thing for sure. So after we got married, let me tell y'all this, guys. She moved into my 1-bedroom apartment.
It was a little tiny.
It was tiny. I'll let you. I know you want to share.
Yes. So
it wasn't as pleasing.
Well, that was one sacrifice. Some of the things we had to cut back on, like after our first budget meeting, it was very revealing. After our first few budget meetings, we discovered that we like to spend a lot of money on food.
We like to eat.
And clothes.
So if anybody wants to bless us, we'll take it.
Yeah, now for cards or gifts, we say, hey, give us
gift cards.
Chick-fil-A,
Texas Roadhouse.
So we're smart about it now, but
right.
That was one of our weaknesses. And so those are two things that we really had to cut back on. Was food and clothes.
And clothes, yeah.
And one sacrifice that we made was to stay in that small apartment.
That 1-bedroom.
Because we could, if we really wanted to, we could have moved out, but then we would not have had as much money to throw at the debt. We'd probably still be in debt.
And the truth be told, she wanted to move out.
Yeah, we went looking for apartments and everything.
And I told her, I said, if you want to move out, you go find the apartments. Because in my mind, what she was showing me for as apartments is price-wise and what we were currently paying, I was like, it don't make sense to leave. Like,
Yeah.
we got a good situation right here, you know. Not that this is gonna be forever, but we got a good situation and we're trying to get out of debt, you know. It just would not be wise for us to make the move. And so she had to, I know that was very sacrificial for her. And some other sacrifices. We didn't have a washer and a dryer.
Ladies, the ladies know about that. No wash and dry. You have to go to the washateria.
And they close at 10.
Man.
So if you forget your clothes, see you in the AM.
Especially when you had a long day working too. Woo.
Dude,
Yeah.
There's many nights that we have literally fallen asleep on the couch, waiting for our clothes for God. And it's like, I guess we'll try to go get them in the morning. We've had our clothes stolen. We have had an iron, and I still don't understand this, but we had an iron that apparently was too powerful for our apartment. The electrical iron. So imagine we getting dressed for church on Sunday morning. I'm ironing my clothes, and half of the lights just go off. Just shuts the lights off. Gone.
Yeah.
I know y'all looking like, oh, did somebody pay the bill?
Hey, we paid the bill. All of our let me help y'all out. All of our bills were paid on time. We paid our bills. They literally told us that the iron was too powerful. I had never heard of that in my life.
Hey,
so you can imagine we were late many of Sundays.
Critters and just little things like that. You know,
it was sacrificial.
Yeah, that was definitely a lot. And that one thing about that too is really very admirable of y'all, because it made me actually think about the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and it kind of breaks down a lot of different scenarios that kind of people go with. And he does in the book, the author, he talks about the young couple scenario. Pretty much they get married and then they go and get a house, and then all right, well, they got a house, now they need a car. And next thing you know, they flow into that cycle of debt instead of getting out of debt first, you know, and then pretty much not even understanding too that all of their money is pretty much going towards their liability, and they don't have anything to cover too. So that's probably a whole nother topic for a podcast too, because I'm pretty sure that y'all are, now that y'all debt free, y'all are able to invest and maybe do other different things and look at it too. So that's, I mean, that is awesome. But the sacrifices to be made, and that one, I know that had to be hard. Now, guys, I know us, sometimes we can't stick it out too, because you already used to it.
You know right. I didn't think it was wrong necessarily. I mean, you know, but hey, that's again, when you get a wife, when you get married, just get ready for this word, change. It's inevitable. It's inevitable, guys. Guys, listen to me. Change is coming, whether you want it to or not. It's coming.
I was changing the drawers. He was like, "I thought this was in here."
My bathroom has never looked the same. She done took up all of the closet space. I mean, it's changed. You have a forever roommate.
But I do like, you know, because in the instance you pretty much said, you know, your wife, she had to humble herself with everything too, but you also too had to humble yourself within change too, because a lot of times I feel like guys don't really understand that when they kind of come to relationship. They feel like the woman is only gonna have to you have to do all the sacrificing, but so you had to pretty much do some sacrificing too, you know.
Oh, absolutely. Like I like to get nice clothes and stuff like that. Like
you say first, I know that.
And I like to eat, you know, so it's like okay, you know, and then I know there were some trips that we wanted to take, and it was like,
can't do it,
you know. I remember that we were talking about going to Jamaica, I think, but we never did. But apparently she had a dentist appointment or a doctor's appointment, and she told her dentist that she was going to Jamaica. So why you tell him that? We not going to go to Jamaica.
It was in the works. We had been talking about it. I thought it was final.
I didn't tell her to tell nobody that though.
But yes.
And then she got disappointed.
Well, we had talked about it. We were talking about it.
And she didn't speak to me for a little while either.
I sure did.
Well, I'm definitely proud of y'all for making sure that y'all stick.
But we made it. We made it.
Y'all did, man. Y'all, I mean, and I know it's so many other more incredible things that y'all gonna do. Queen Coach, she says, y'all are preaching. She said, where do you send the I'm sure they can drop their cash app.
Hey, my cash app is the Michael Walter. Real talk. That's it.
Mary Allen, she says she is proud of you.
Oh, thanks, Mom. That's her. That's Ashley's mom.
Okay,
Hey, Mom.
awesome. I'm glad she was able to tune in. So she definitely seen y'all whole story and y'all grow even more together. I think a lot of people were already kind of asking y'all in a sense, as far as books, but y'all kind of already kind of dropped some gems. But is there any other advice that y'all would want to get a young couple that's getting married, getting started and established? It can either be whatever, spiritually, financially, whatever y'all want to say.
I'll say that I think sometimes as a young married couple that you think that every day is going to be lovey-dovey and, you're going to be in love and, that conflict is inevitable. And that's one thing that I had to realize is that, hold on, wait a minute. And that's something that we actually learned at the marriage conference is that conflict is normal.
It's okay.
It's okay. All it is conflict is just confrontation is bringing the conflict to the front. That's all it is. And it's necessary to grow stronger as a couple. You have to have disagreements in order to realize and understand how important something is to somebody. You really don't know that. And if you're both tiptoeing around each other and faking and all of that, you really don't get to know that person, So I really believe that conflict, and we've seen it firsthand, that it really brings us closer together as a couple, because then we can establish some new norms and say, okay, that wasn't working. I didn't realize you didn't like that, So that's one thing that I would say.
And I would say whenever you're talking, like you said, with conflict, communicate not to respond, but to understand. Because I think a lot of times when people are talking, you're just trying to get your point across. Everybody wants to be heard in the relationship, right? But communicate to actually understand that person's point of view. Because just like you believe 100% that your perspective is right, well, they believe 100% that their perspective is right. And so now it's not about right or wrong, but now it's about figuring out how are we going to make this work for us. You know what I'm saying? And realizing that, hey, this is not for us to be against each other. We are for each other. Like, I'm not your enemy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if anything, we should be fighting for one another, not against each other, And so I think realizing that at the end of the day, this is your partner, this is your teammate. And on a money tip, I would like to throw advice of wisdom, because we definitely got a lot of this when we got married. You do not have to rush to get a house. Please take your time. You have you don't know what you, especially you don't know what you're getting into.
People need
take
to hear that.
Your time. It's okay. I want to free some people tonight. It's okay to rent. It's really okay to rent for a season.
Yeah.
It's really okay.
We've been married 3 years. We're still renting.
Because we want our house to be a blessing and not a burden.
Right. And right now, we're working on saving up for a good down payment on a house.
Because we're actually, I'll just be transparent, we're actually right now educating on ourselves on home buying. Because we don't, you know what I'm saying? We've never bought a home before. And so we want to be wise when we do purchase a home.
We watch webinars.
Absolutely.
Because we're getting ready. Just like when we wanted to get out of debt. We did the necessary steps. So now we're doing what we've got to do for the next thing.
But take your time. It's okay. The world's not going to come to an end.
It may look weird.
Yeah.
It may look weird driving around a used car that's 11 years old.
Yep.
Yes.
That's right.
Still driving it.
Yep. And so that's a lot of people don't realize.
And that's
she still got her 11-year car.
Man, and that's awesome, because that's one of the keys that y'all pretty much saying too. You have to be frugal, in order to attain that wealth too. And then even kind of going with the liability side too. People don't really understand that the house turns into a liability. If you don't have extra money coming in, it can be a huge thing. So it's very important. Yes, that long, or 38, that time span sounds good, but if you do leave the house and you don't get as much as you got for it too, then you really didn't make anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of people don't understand that, but that is a huge, huge tip. Johnny, she also said y'all should write a book together. Now you did kind of mention something. Did you mention a book earlier, Michael? Or?
I did.
We always say
One day, for us, because we feel like we're so new, we're newly in this, we're newbies in marriage, that we want to get some I guess accreditation. Like we want to make sure that we got some credibility and experience. Maybe we've had kids and stuff like that, and then we'll probably dish out. So look for the book in the future.
Yeah.
Not 2020, not 2021, but in the later future.
Also, y'all can write 2 books. Y'all can write before.
That's true.
Kids.
Well, I will share this with y'all, if she doesn't mind. She's actually working on a book. Now, it doesn't have anything to do with marriage, but it does have something to do with, I believe, something that really can help all people, but I think it's definitely designed for women, right?
Well, I guess so. It's just talking about the spirit of fear and
okay.
Yeah, it's in the works.
More about
so that's a book is in the works.
Self-help.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I got music in the works.
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome. That is great. So you got music in the works. So I just want to ask y'all too, because y'all had some definitely serious questions, but I want to ask y'all some really quick questions here.
Okay.
Some fun questions. We're gonna have a little bit of fun with y'all here.
Let's do it.
And Johnny, she did also say absolutely, that is awesome. So here's a real quick question. If you could have one superpower, what would it be and why?
I think I would like to be able to teleport, is that the right word? Be able to be in one place and then just snap my fingers and I'm somewhere else. So
okay.
I don't travel.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Mike, you wasn't ready to hear hers first, was you?
I know, right? I heard hers. I wasn't ready. Man, that's good. A superpower.
Read people's minds.
And also, if anybody's still watching, y'all can still ask them some more questions while we're still on.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
She dropped you one.
It probably would be. I don't want that. You did teleporting. I don't think that, because I do want to travel. It really would be. So you messed me up with that.
Is it the same thing? You like the same thing?
I guess
she can grab you and y'all can teleport together. So you want to do something complement that. You know what I'm saying?
But it would be nice to be able to be in 2 places at the same time, because I feel like that would be a superpower for me, because then I could be here, but then I could duplicate myself, and then I can be out in Africa ministering, and so it's to me, I look at it as nothing will go undone, nothing will go unbroken. But of course, that's not reality. But it would be cool,
You would split yourself,
right? That would be pretty cool, man. So that way I could still be here with her, but then I could still be in the studio making music, or I could still be, it would be cool.
I can't lie, that is a nice one, because everything will go nonstop. You literally have vacation and keep working.
Bro, oh my god! Imagine right now we could be in Cancun,
I just teleport us there.
Corey and Tiffany, what's going on? He said, "Come on now, Mike." Ron Little, he said, "Say fly."
Uncle Ron, what's up?
That is awesome. So the next one, if you could rid the world of one disease, what would it be?
Definitely this coronavirus.
For real,
hands down. Right now, I ain't even gonna not even to try to be clear, definitely this coronavirus, because the fact that you can be a carrier and you don't know, man, there's so much uncertainty with this virus. So yeah, if I could rid the world of one thing, it's definitely this virus. Yeah, absolutely.
I guess first thing that came to mind for me was cancer, because it's still not a cure for it. And so many people suffer. So
there's not a cure for cancer or for this coronavirus. Yeah. So then we get rid of both of them.
Yeah, those definitely too. I mean, for sure, it affects so many people, especially cancer. Cancer has just been around for so long. And just the last question too, because y'all definitely have talked about y'all union. Y'all know y'all have a lot of fun together. So both of y'all, what is y'all favorite date memory?
Well, I guess I'll go first because this is the first thing that popped into my head. I actually thought about this the other day. It's not bad.
Okay.
He's like, what you gonna say? It was actually the first date where we held hands. Because I was a turtle. We moved very, very slow. You know, even though we were friends for a year and a half, once we started dating, I wasn't like going right in, like jumping in. And so we had been dating about 2 or 3 months or so. And we were walking to Hana's in Natchitoches. Because I was still in school, but he had graduated by then, but he came down and we were walking to Hana's and he just grabbed my hand. Or I don't know if it was mutual or whatever, but we just grabbed each other's hand. So that's one of my favorite things.
I think one of my favorite moments that's special to me, and I think we had just first started dating, if I'm not mistaken. I'll never forget. Well, one of the things is, I'll just give you a little bit of the background story. So I remember thinking in my mind, like, you know, Lord, I would like to spend time with her on Valentine's Day, but I never said anything to her. And there ended up this movie. They ended up talking about this movie on our college campus called Frozen. You know, I think it's for kids. You know, the kids movie Frozen. And so it was like, yeah, we're gonna go see it. By the way, we are a big Disney fanatic. You know,
we're the big kids in the theater.
We grew up in the 90s. I mean, you know, Disney music, right? Lion King, the best movie.
I love the
and I'm not talking about the one that mess that they did.
You didn't like the live action? I loved it though. Of course, I love the old one, but I like the live action one, man. I think it was great. You didn't like it?
I have a love and hate relationship with it, man. I guess this is like but you know, the old one, man, like that's my favorite movie.
No, you don't understand.
Like that's my favorite.
He was in the movie theater saying all the lines, and if they missed one, he was like, "Now they missed that one line."
They took out some good stuff, man. Like, you know,
I think they took out one thing in there. Like, I think they took out one. I think they added Beyonce thing, but I know a lot of people.
No comment on it. But anyway, bless her. But I remember we actually drove into Shreveport, and I remember I actually had to go to the bathroom. It was a place I had never been to before, but we were going to get lunch there. And I remember coming out, and she was smiling, and I said, "Oh, I got to order." And she said, "I ordered for you." And I remember thinking like, you know what? You ordered for me? I was like, "You don't know what I want to eat," you know?
Okay,
and
that's
not only did she order for me, she paid for it. And so it was like, whoa.
Like, this is one right here.
And what's crazy is to this day, this place, I literally eat that sandwich to this day that she ordered for me. I won't eat nothing else there but that sandwich. So she knew. I mean, it's crazy, man. I'll never forget that. That left a lasting impression. I was like, wow, man, this is cool.
She definitely put you on. Vaughn literally said, "Oh, a turtle, bam." He definitely was laughing too. So
we were in the slow lane, you know. She has a sister that's a fraternity. They're fraternal twins, and her now husband. They were moving more in the fast lane.
Okay,
but we were kind of chill, especially her. We were real chill, you know. But hey, look at us now, man. 3 years in. God is good. We love each other. Life is great.
Man, that's a blessing too, man. I do appreciate y'all so much for coming on. It was a great interview, so smooth, perfect. I know y'all both do individually different things, so can each one of y'all tell the world what y'all have going on, where to follow y'all at?
Okay.
Oh, well, I am Ashley M. Walter at Ashley M. Walter on Instagram. I actually started a blog last summer, and I just put a lot of inspirational content. There it is right there.
Come on.
And so if you just want to be inspired, and it's really uplifting, it's Christian, godly content on there. And so that's at ashleymwalter.com.
And you have a devotional.
And I wrote a devotional. I just put it out in January called Always in Blossom. And you can download that from my website as well.
Definitely go get that.
That is awesome. Y'all make sure y'all check the queen out. She has a lot of great things going on too. And also, Mike, what do you have going on and where can everybody follow you at?
So everybody can follow me at the Michael Walter. That's on Instagram, the Mike Walter on Twitter, and my Facebook page is Michael Walter. But I have a single out called "Your Love Is So Amazing" that I recorded actually right before we actually got married, and it's on iTunes, Apple Music. I'm trying to think, YouTube,
everywhere.
Amazon, everywhere, pretty much
Awesome.
everywhere.
Y'all make sure y'all go get that single.
Go check that out.
Good.
Let that bless you and encourage you.
Again, y'all make sure y'all download that. He got
Yes.
I'm sure he has some more new music to come to.
I have some new music that's coming, man. That's gonna be good.
Keep working that single for real. Keep bubbling it. I know it's gonna keep going further places, and I'm excited to see what y'all have going on in the future. I'm excited to keep continuing to follow y'all, and thank y'all for giving me the honor to interview y'all. It's been awesome.
Man, bro, thank you for having us, man. This is so cool, man. This is my childhood friend, man. I remember when we before we go, I said we go to your house. We always had pizza, man.
Man,
always. Play basketball, and we're gonna have pizza.
Always. We probably can go on a whole another hour sharing.
Right.
We just did so much. Sounds like everybody definitely did enjoy it too. Shakina, Burnside Carter, she said awesome power couple. Janice, she said yes, I sure will. And Vaughn, he said beautiful interview, sir. Power level. Love it. I appreciate y'all so much. Again, if y'all enjoyed it, make sure y'all like the page. Make sure y'all follow me on all platforms on Spotify.
Yes.
Look up on Spotify and Apple Podcasts,
cool.
Power Level Podcast. And this has been an awesome show. Again, y'all have a safe night. We are out.